Una kaka kwenawe, awana le po aweni, si wale asagulu le po kwintaya, baba le po baba kwe basu ni wimo, baba le po kida dami na wo, toma ko siwa uno, munda kwa mentwaro kore mario, baba kaka from mamwa, baba le mentwaro siwa mina wo. Let us see the way I took a back from Alaniwa. I am one over. Oh, it's Yama Yari, Mamu don't go. Ayo, young Yari, Mamu. I took a back from Alaniwa. Oh, it's go, famous Yakumano. Ayo, Pome Poka, now we are. Give me a poka where I must go. Oh, it's I get my name, my yellow wing. I put my name in the winter. So I go back here, but there are winter. You don't play it as a remarry. I get my name, my yellow wing. Oh, swat away. I am my power, my one. Oh, it's I'm not coming sorry at our own for a marry. Oh, it's what I need to Bambira, I'll say, you say me, as a man, I know. I always say one as a man, a cowboy woman, oh, it's one. Can I one local? Come on, yada, one local. The way we put up with an avalanche, you love I need to walk around. Come on, I did what you say, sing all the boys. So that I can sing all your boys. When I saw it, when I wanted to appear with me, sing all the yada good for me in a way. Sing all your boys. When I'm good to I don't know. Sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. Good for my boy. Sing all your boys. I'm never green the way. Sing all your boys. I'm not coming sorry, I got on for a Mario. No, I need to back it up. Baba yada to a man, what yada do not father. Sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. You wait for one man. Sing all your boys. Good for my boy. Sing all your boys. Man, they go to the man. Oh, swat away. Oh, yes. You know them, you point on them. Sing all your boys. You know them, you point on them. Sing all your boys. And move. Sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. One game. Are you Lady Records? Sweet sound. I took a rap from my grandmother. I yelled to I'm not coming to our own for a Mario. Oh, when I pray, when I put my mask on you, I don't know if the damn in a way. I know tomatoes, I don't know. There's a whole one of your ways, it's Mario. You know, for me, no, I mean, I know. Are you point on the when you will know it's true? About it, no, I mean, I win. Are you up when the no? Sing all the boys. Sing all the boys. Oh, swat away. Sing all the boys. When I put my bass on you, I don't know if the damn way. Tomatoes, I don't know. Drop on power, see, don't want to win. My one dance is going you. Oh, they don't want to know, they don't see back in the way. There are my see that see your mind, you said, my guardians are my wears a green there. The one of them sit around you. Come on, tomatoes, I don't know. Sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. Tomatoes, I don't know. Sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. dia kwese. Yare to kawe sese rumo. Ebele kawe rumo. Ayo la e fancy dwalupa. We were bumpy, you as you are you. Oh, yes. My daughter, yes, I'm young. My cabra, my own apple, where we are. Oh, yes. Jim, wait, go see the way. See another why you see that go tell. It's a why I son that you. Jim, yellow, I son that you love. Jim to the round of the way you're. I think I'll go. What are the yard to boy? Never get it on by what you. I know Jim, I know what I own. Jim, yellow, I know what I know. The lawyers who want it, that's all. Guy comes to one in front. May I say, I can't do my temple. Hey, Pop, where Tomo, make a neparo to it on Capasso. Don't pull a young plan to tell. Hey, now you bought water. You bought way people for the table. You bought the other man. Hey, now you bought water. You bought so people for the table. This one got to come for where I go. Hey, now you bought to the moon. You bought a people to win them all. Hey, but follow like away.
All right. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. What a wonderful way to welcome all of you, just all of you. It's a very emotional night for some of us, but again, that is the way we love to say a very, very, very pleasant good evening, good night, good morning, whatever you have joined us from. This is Nimba Dina TV. Please share this live video with somebody here today, because it's very important for us to hear from a personality, from a father, from the man, from a leader who has always been there for the Nimba County people, whether it be in the day or in the night. We want to say good evening to all of you. Just let us know where you're watching us from. Governor Way has joined us, the current Secretary General for United Nimba Citizens Council. Radio Saclipie in Nimba County is relaying this broadcast. We love to say a very pleasant good evening to the people of Saclipie and to the people of Ogbay, the people of District number 9, the people of District number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. The people of beautiful city are honor our voices here tonight. But let's take a little bit of music real quick. Then we come back here. Your son is here. Your father is here. But this music, we got to do it for the president, the outgoing president of United Nimba Citizens Council. So let's take this music real quick from the top. And then, yeah.
Sweet song. Oh, I don't know what it is. I know to my way, this Mario. You know, point me, no, I mean, I know. I know point on the mill. When the old night flew, about it, no, I mean, I win. I know a point on sing all the boys. Sing all the boys who are away. Sing all the boys. When I
Okay, we'll join Noah later on, but let's cross-check with the former president of UNICCO. Good evening, President Dahn. Can you hear us?
Good afternoon, Edmund. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you very loud and clear. Good evening to the people of Saclipie. Cyclopedia Radio is relaying this broadcast. It's on 101.5. So if you are in Bom County, for example, in Lofa, in Guinea, in Sierra Leone, or Ivory Coast, Grand Gita, Sando County, River says, wherever you find yourself here tonight, we love to say a very pleasant good evening, good night to all of you. But before we go to our guests, we have always said good evening to the people of Nimba County, District 9, District 8, District 7, where Cyclopedia radio station is, District 6, where President Dahn Dennis come from Beatua City, District number 5, District number 4, District number 3, District number 2, and District number 1. Good evening, Senator Prince Yalmi Johnson, Senator Jeremiah Kwan. Good evening to Superintendent Nelson Kokwe, County Inspector Mike Blinwon. Wow, what a day, what a day, what a day. But before we go to our guests, let us a little bit talk about this, our guest, and then we will move forward. His name is President Dahn Dennis. He is from Beatua City in Nimba County, but was born in Division 7 under the rubber tree in Firestone. His education background, he has Bachelor of Science degree from Mansfield University in Pennsylvania. He has master's degrees from Lincoln University of Pennsylvania. Married with 8 children. His leadership experience, this is something that I know of personally. He is a senior advisor at ULA National President, former UNICCO National President now, for former Vice President, Liberia Association, Pennsylvania, former President, Liberia Association of Pennsylvania, former Executive Director of Tapatan Development, District Development Association, TADA, former Chairman, Membership Committee, ULA, former board member, Philadelphia Health Center, number 3, then former President, Nimba County Youth USA, founder and chairman, Nimba County Youth USA, founding member of Liberia Youth of Pennsylvania, former chairman, UNICCO Education Committee, former campaign manager for Dolier and Guano team, that is Martin Dolier and Guano's team, and job experience, oh my God, behavioral consultant, resources for human development. He's a teacher, Philadelphia School District, case worker, Nationality Services Center. His mobile therapy was worth human services. So these are just a little about this former president. President Dahn Dennis, may you greet your people. Your people on Facebook are watching us live on Nimba Dina TV, on YouTube, on Twitter, and that of www.onenimbahouse.com, and on Radio Cyclopedia, and on Radio Voice of Yahweh Messina in Nimba County. Good evening, former UNICCO National President Dahn Dennis.
Good afternoon, Edmund. Good afternoon to my people, to the people of Nimba County, friends of Nimba, and both back home in Liberia and in the diaspora. Good afternoon to all of us.
Wow, welcome. Chill comes on my face when I hear your voice and you talk this. But well, that is it. But which part of the world are you speaking to us from tonight?
I'm joining you from the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the United States of America.
Well, we just read a little bit of profile about you. How are you, by the way? Let me first ask you, how are you, former President Dahn Dennis?
I'm doing great. I'm very calm. I am enjoying my family time, even though I still do play my role as an advisor to the national president of ULA. But I'm doing very good. I'm doing great. My kids are enjoying my personal time now. There's no late night teleconferences for UNICCO anymore. So my family enjoying my time, and I'm doing great in the community.
Wow. So before we welcome you on here, there is a tradition in UNICCO that we can normally welcome our president and former president with a traditional song. This one is still from CarPlay, and we'll take this one from the top for you just for a few seconds, and from there we'll get into the farewell message.
Sweet song. I don't know what the damn I know to my good way this Mario. You know, point me no man. I you point on the mill. When you would know it's true. About it in a good no man. I you up when the no. Sing all you go. Oh, to our way. Sing all you go. What I wear when I put away my soul in you. I don't know what the damn Tomago's I don't know. You are punk I see Bama. The one I'm going to sit around you. My one dance is going you. Oh, they don't want to, I don't know. They don't see you are going to wear. There are my tenants to that see your mind is there. My guys are my ways of being there. The one I'm going to sit around you. Come on, tomatoes, I don't know. Sing all the calls. Sing all the calls. Tomatoes, I don't know. Sing all the calls. Sing all the calls. They are tomatoes, I don't know. Sing all the calls. My can't find your place. Sing all the calls. Sing all the calls. Are you lying? Fancy to look on. We were puppy, you are saying you are. Oh, yes, I'm young.
Okay, so we're going to take this down. We're going to take this down real quick, and then we finally go to our president. Yeah, but let's take a little bit of music. It's like he's still trying to get his charger. So let's take music real quick. Eto ayaye sonda yo, jiyero yaye sonda yelo, jinto de la ru gbe yo. Ere ka jinka ko wo, lodo lo ya ru gbo ya won. Dapo yedero na ro gbe yo. So Cleveland to the oh yes. Keep sharing this live video. My name is Edmund.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take this music down. We're going to take this music down and go to President Dahn Dennis family. Mr. President, welcome to NIMBA D9 TV.
Thank you, Edmund, and thank you to all of our hosts across NIMBA County. I am very, very happy to be here. I expected this, and it's here now. I want to say thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to come and let the people know that there's been a change in the driver's seat in the union, and that this is what we all been hoping for. But before I can go into my very brief message, can you take a few minutes to just recognize the former leaders? I sent you the roster. If you have access to it, do you have access to it?
Well, yes, I do, but it's pretty much a little bit of problem for us. But we can give you the time, and we can go over it. Yeah.
Okay. So we want to recognize, everything that you do. It's good that you recognize those who served before you. And I just want to take a few seconds to go through the name here. You have Mr. Dwago Mongu, who was the first interim president of UNICCO in 1979. You have Mr. George Duo, 1979, 1981. Peter White, 1980, 1981. Gabriel Stadakwe, 1981, 1982. Sam Kwan, 1982, 1983. George Wanko, 1983, 1984. Jim T. Shea, 1984, 1985. Samuel Gonsan, 1985, 1986. Gabriel White, 1986, 1987. Johnson Gweklo, Honorable Gweklo, 1987, 1988. A. Yashua White Dodier, 1987, 1990. Ines Yomi, 1991, 1992. Sam Noah, 1992, 1994. Francis Senior, 1994, 1996. Rebecca Non Kido, 1996, 1998. Anthony Connor, 1998, 2002. Mayor Kwipu Yuan, 2002, 2004. Maman Wopie, 2004, 2006. Andrew Wongen, 2006, 2010. Mohamed Keita, MSG 1, 2008, 2010. Martin Dollier, 2010, 2014. Abakos Yan Doki, 2014, 2018. And Dahn Kapaya Dennis, 2018, 2022.
So, Mr. President, we will again, for all those who have joined us, we want to say welcome to this very special edition of the Truth of the Matter on here today. Today is Wednesday, the 12th day of October 2022, and we're going to be here with you for this hour. And we want you to give us your undivided attention for all those who are turning to Radio Cyclopedia, wherever you are. Those of you who are also watching us on Nimba D9 TV, we see your comments coming. We're going to read them. We see the many recommendations coming here on the screen. Keep sending that. Keep sharing the live video. But President Dahn Dennis will give you exclusive 5 minutes to tell us exactly how, for example, did President Dahn Kapaya Dennis get to know UNICCO? And how did you get to get involved? Who will give you time to just talk to us before we go to your special messages? How did we arrive that UNICCO now is a household name in Morocco and a lot of places? And today we have a lot of chapters, and you are turned over officially for the first time, if one may say, in decades. Tell us about it, please.
Thank you, Edmund. You know, in the late 80s, we all were in Liberia, and during those days when Nima County was mostly, considered sometimes a target, and we used to listen, glued to BBC to listen to the Honorable Johnson Weklo, asking the government, in other words, quote unquote, demanding the rights for Nimayans at the time on BBC. We came to America in 1992, 91, 92, and heard about UNICCO. I was not a member of UNICCO then. And later on, because I came purposely for schooling, so later on in 1995, 96, I decided to join UNICCO. A friend of mine and I, we were the youngest. I served UNICCO local chapter as the chairperson for social services under the leadership of Andrew Wongen. And then in 1996, it got so interested. While I was on campus, I came home one weekend, and my colleagues from Nima, the young guys, were actually fighting among themselves, and for reasons best known to themselves. And then one of my friends from Grand G told me, "But Dahn, you're very intelligent. Why are your colleagues just, acting their little kids on the block? You need to get involved and take a lead." So I decided to establish Nima Youth in 1996 as the chairperson and founder. And then I allow a young person, Conan Voka, to become the first president for Nima Youth. And later on, when Conan Voka decided to transit, I took over as president just to make sure that I put a structure into place. And then in 2003, 2004, I turned it over to Anthony Crua, who was then president. And then the leadership went on and on. So I decided to join UNICCO. In 2005, I decided to run for UNICCO Pennsylvania chapter. I won the election as the youngest president for the chapter. And then because of the conflict, I let it go. When I let it go, immediately I was recommended by a Liberian community to serve as the vice president for a Liberian community here in Pennsylvania. But all in all, I got involved with UNICCO during the election between Andrew Wangan and Mame Whoopi in 2004 in Minnesota. It was from that point I got very involved with UNICCO. Prior to that, as president of Nima Youth, during the fall of Ganta, I was president. If you heard about food distribution in Secretariat, about 50 bags of rice with over 500 USD when the Nibayans were displayed in Ganta and in Secretariat and Bound. It was during my leadership. I think Harrison Conway was superintendent at the time. So this was my track breaker experience that I brought onto UNICCO. And since then, I've been a member of UNICCO. Like you read what you just read on my behalf. I serve as a director of cabinet for Andrew Wangan. I serve as a youth wing campaign manager for Andrew Wangan twice. I serve as campaign manager for Martin Dolly. I serve as campaign strategy for Nyan Dwoki. And those are people who actually won the election. So those are some of my things that's my involvement with UNICCO now.
Okay, so just in case you are tuning to this broadcast and you are worried and like, oh, what is going on? Who are those here? This is Nimba Dina TV, United Nimba Citizens Council, former national president, Dahn Kopaya Dennis is right here, and he's bidding farewell to all of you who served with him for his 2 terms, and this is why we are here. So just in case you're on Radio Seclipie, Radio Voice of Yahweh Mesno is currently relaying this live on Nimba Dina TV. The people of Riverside, the people of Grand Bassa, the people of Bump County, they are all glued to the radio stations. It might be my uncles that are in Kwaipa there in Bump County. Good evening to all of you. But again, let me put this picture up and tell us a little bit about this picture. What do you know about this picture?
This picture is the brain, the baby now for the union. This is the UNICCO Women Empowerment Center. And the center, as we speak now, we are at the stage of completing the foundation for this project, right there located outside of Nangbang, and it's called the UNICCO Village.
So then what do you make about this before we go further? How about this one?
Well, this is our kids, our scholars in Morocco, and we are very proud of them, headed by Mr. Bill Yidaga. So I salute them because coming from Liberia, traveling to Morocco, and you have to learn, another foreign language before you can actually start your area of study. That means a lot. So we want to salute them. We're very proud of them.
How about this certificate?
This is something that is very touching. Certificate received from the students, NIMA students in Morocco, just for what we have done, little that we did, even though it's not enough, but yet still it stood out to them, and they were able to recognize us for this certificate. I want to say thank you very much to them, and thank you to you, Edmund, because you led the way at the time.
Wow. And how about this one?
Yeah, this is a process that took place, and I'm very proud of Dr. George and his team. The surgical volunteering services provided at the Secretariat Medical Center to people who were not in a position of, to afford surgery, and that was done with a little of nothing there to send out a letter certificate of recognition to me. I appreciate that with the work of Dr. George and team.
Wow. So, President Dahn, and as your people, they are listening to you. Let's take some of that comments, and this is really touching. And Gio Governor Way, Dahn, DK Way, who is now the current Secretary General, is here. Guon Kanon Lawrence to play. He's relaying this broadcast on behalf of Nimba Dina TV in Saktapi. Arian Zaka said, hi, I'm seriously watching from Kanga Town, Grand Kid Monkante. So that's how far you are being listened to tonight. Thank you, brother, for watching from that place. And we have Honesty Locking. He said, watching you live from Sunny Kulit, Nimba County. Julie Nessel said, hi, guys. I'm watching from the U.S. Imalatia said, good evening, Mr. President. I'm following you guys closely from Rhode Island, USA. Salomon Bawi said, hi, outgoing President Dahn Dennis. Larkin said, good afternoon, Dad. So Samson Miawon said, hello, Nimba. And Biela Quidem said, wonderful traditional music. I'm watching you from Plebo, Maryland County. So Radio Voice of Yamisno is relaying this already. Sam M. Fremont, who is the commissioner for Zenla administrative district that was been named by President Josh Weah and has gone through his confirmation, said, good afternoon, sir. I'm watching you from Powin Yawin Mesno. So he's the commissioner of Zenla, and he's one of those. And I will want him to call because he is one of those commissioners that benefited from the 600 US that was being developed by the 19 administrative district, and he took his own and was able to help repair the ambulance at Zikeba Health Center. So this commissioner will put out a number for them to call to tell us what do they know about President Dahn Dennis. The comments keep coming. I will have Cyrus M. Dennis. He said, hi, Chief. I'm Cyrus M. Dennis. I'm following you from Monrovia. Thanks to the former president for his services to the people of Nimba. Kaye Benado says, congratulations, Honorable Dahn Dennis, our outstanding outgoing president. Thanks for your outstanding leadership in UNICCO. You will definitely go down in history as one of the brains behind putting UNICCO on the development agenda of Nimba County. Paul Jala said, thanks to Nimba Dina TV team for all the great job. And Nimba Dina TV say, I'm also relaying from Radio Voice of Yahweh. No, Melish is watching. If we leave on the comment, honestly, we will not go with your message because the comments keep pulling in. But sooner or later, we're going to put the numbers on the screen here that you have the time for your voices to be heard. But you know, Mr. President, quite honestly, in 2019, I personally did not know you from anywhere. It was on this day, you know, when the students in Morocco got involved. But we had to read this special message. And you know why we have to take a pause to read this one? It's from the current board chair. And we're going to lift it up on the screen for the world to see this, and we'll read it from that point. Here's what the current national board chair, Nixon Zor, said. Hello, Ambassador and former President Dahn Kapaya Dennis. This is Mr. Nixon K. Zor, watching you from Merle, Pennsylvania, USA. Thanks to President Dahn Dennis for your services to our people. Wow. What a way. Radio Secretary hotline.
Thank you,
we're going to leave that hotline very, very shortly. But the only thing is the hotline number will not be called because people will call there and we will not hear them from here. So every call going to come here at the main studio. Then we're going to allow you to call. So do not announce that hot number because when they call there, we will not hear them on this side. So all calls going to come to us on this side. So James Halawanga, a senatorial aspirant, a former EPS deputy director, and the police training commandant, said, great job watching with keen interest from St. Louis, Missouri. So, yes, so Mr. President, that is how we got connected with you. And from the moment you got connected with Nimba Dina TV, there have been a great change into this institution. But what is interesting that we want you to talk about a little. You hit the ground running in 2019 with ever-potent country representative, Madam Felicia Yiben, who's bereaved at the moment. Her sister passed. We love to say our condolences to she and her family as country representative. And then project director James Wu Harris, who was my very first time to see him as public relations officer. And the people of Nimba, the Nimba Women United for Peace and Reconciliation, you know, came in to welcome you and your entourage in Baila. Tell us a little bit about all that happened to the groundbreaking ceremony for your people to listen.
Yeah, thank you, Amen. Let me take this time first to extend my condolences to the country rep, Attorney Felicia Yiben, for the homegoing of her sister. But I want to today just appreciate people who help us along the way, headed by Honorable Prince Johnson and Honorable Gweglo. The county authority, headed by Honorable Nelson Kwakwe, and the county inspector, Mike Blumo. The counties, district superintendent, commissioners, chiefs, elders, student union, and then come back home in the diaspora and recognize my able vice president, Madam Elaine Blankton, the Secretary General, Mr. James Yomi, the Treasurer, Madam Dahn, Financial Secretary, Mina Kato, Parliamentarian, Stephen Pay, the Chaplain, Reverend Dr. Blooming Zoa, the Chair Lady, Mary Gwe, the Co-Chair, Coco Duato, the Planning Committee Chair, Mr. Gwankwe Doma, Mr. Newton San, Ambassador Peter Gay, former President Nyan Dwoki, the NIMA youth, the youth wing, and the former President Andrew Wangen, who actually introduced me to UNICCO, to say thank you. And Edmund, for you, I can even say thank you, because you actually brought light. You actually brought UNICCO to the people of Nimba. And we owe it all to you, to our Nima women. Thank you. But the reception in Uganda is yet to be considered either second or last or the most, because there are more trips to come to Nimba. So I want to say thank you to all of you who have served. Lastly, the Election Commission Chair, Madam Emmanuel Nambe, who conducted a very successful election in Columbus, Ohio, and to the host chapter, President Yatungo, who hosted one of the most populated UNICCO convention in the history of UNICCO. Thank you to her. To all my chapter leaders, we are where we are because of you guys. Without the chapters, there is no UNICCO national. Without the chapter, there is no UNICCO national. So the chapters got us to where we are today. Well, Edmund, you also know that the work that has been done in Uganda, it was all in the hands of the project director, the mayor himself, Mr. James Will Harris. Kudos to him. He should take credit for this, because he's a man of the word. There's an individual who actually took upon himself to travel to Liberia, so many times just to make sure that the project was implemented. So, Mr. Harris, if you're listening, I'm going to thank you to you, your wife, and your entire family for the support. So that's why we have come, Edmund. I've come to say thank you. In May 2018, the Mayans in the diaspora elected us meaning my team, Elaine Blankton and Dahn team. We pledge to the people. We pledge to take UNICCO to the people, to Nimba. We pledge to increase the number of chapters in the union. Right? We pledge to take the lead on the construction of Women Empowerment Center to continue the process. We pledge to connect UNICCO with other organizations in the diaspora. We pledge to bring on more young people to the union. And Edmund, as I speak to you, and those who were at the last inaugural board, the last convention, would tell you that that has been done. So that has been done, Edmund. To the people of Nimba, that has been done. Today, UNICCO for the first time received 1090 from the federal government. UNICCO has more young people involved at the national level than ever, since 2004. UNICCO now has a foundation of the Women Empowerment Center almost at the point of completion of the UNICCO village. UNICCO has 13 active chapters now, as we speak, from 5 4 to 5 to 13 as we speak, and more to come to the union. UNICCO has more credibility. We added more to it. Every president did their part and will continue to add, and they will continue to add to it. So thank you to the founding fathers of UNICCO, headed by Mr. Jim T. Shea. I constituted that founding father committee. Today, UNICCO has a founding fathers committee. At every convention, we allow them to come and give a statement, they make suggestions, they tell us what to do, and we take into consideration. So I want to say thank you to them. So I've come to also say thank you to the people of NEMA for giving me the opportunity to serve for the last 4 years. And our tenure was very successful because of them, because of all of you. So we want to say thank you very much for giving us the opportunity. And I'm happy that I was given the opportunity to serve for 4 years. And I want to publicly and again congratulate the current administration of UNICCO, the national board chair, Mr. Nixon Zor, the national president, Mr. Sam G. I want to say thank you to them and also congratulations to the entire team. So I want to pause there and take more questions. I really want to take more questions than talk. So
okay, good.
I can pause for that.
Exactly. So for all those who've joined us, this is NEMA D9 TV, and we are also live on NEMA D9 TV YouTube. We also live on NEMA D9 TV Twitter. We also live on NEMA D9 TV on www.onenembahouse.com. And we are also live on Radio Saclip here in Nimba County. Thanks to Melish God. Thanks to manager James, not James, but Robert Matali. Thanks to Radio Voice of Yahweh Messina, acting manager Patrick Wheeler, and the rest of the crew who listening to us there in Yahweh Messina and across Nimba. This means that we are live all across Nimba and Bomb County, River Says, Lofa County, Grand Basso, Grand Jida, Sando County. On Nimba Dina TV, we are also live tonight in Grand Ketman County, and we're live in Maryland in Maryland County and several areas across the world. So, well, again, we want to say welcome. This is a special farewell message here tonight, and it's a special edition of the Truth of the Matter on Nimba Dina TV. Thanks to all of you. Let's take a little bit of music. Then from there, the numbers to call, they are on the screen. You're going to call that number here from Center Studios, because if you call in Zikapa or on Radio Sacrapia number, definitely only Lawrence will play, and Patrick Wheeler will hear you on that side. But if you call here, President Dahn Dennis is going to hear you. The war is going to hear you. Radio Sacrapia will hear you. Radio Voice of Yahweh Messina will hear you. So that's the beauty of it all. But let's take some comments that are coming up here as well. We have Catherine Kuku Dolo. She says she's watching from Kitomo. She's watching from Kitomo, and our dear brother S. Mepe Wei has also joined us. So let's take this. I believe this is a caller here. Good evening, caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Your name and where you calling us from? Okay, so can you give us your comment just in 30 seconds? What do you have to tell President Dahn Dennis? Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so I just want to appreciate the outgoing president of the Dahn Population, the people who do the report of the government. And we just want to appreciate the effort of the
Okay, thank you so much. So let's just stay on the line quick. Let me see whether President Dahn Dennis was able to hear you. Were you able to hear him, please?
They hear the ending of that, of his statement.
Yeah. So you say your name again? Okay, so that's Patrick Wheeler. from Sikeba, the proposed capital city of Liberia, and he just commending you, the president of beautiful city. So thank you so much, Patrick Wheeler. So you can do the same as been done by Patrick Wheeler. You can call us on 0776 572019, 0776 572019. Okay, so we have another person here again. Good evening. Hello. Okay, so the person, we lost this caller. So again, you can call us on 0776 572019, 0776 572019. Some of the commissioners who benefited from the $14,000 distribution to fight COVID-19. So let's take this caller. Good evening, caller. Okay, so your name and where you joining us from? Okay, go ahead with your comment real quick. Thank you so very much. So another person is here on this line. They've been on the line, so the line is busting up so much here tonight. But the numbers took okay. So let's take this call real quick. Good evening, caller. Fine, thank you. Yeah, and your name and where you calling us? Okay, Mr. Isaac Miller, your quick message to President Dahn for me. Mia Law, Isaac Mia Law, your quick message. Okay, you live on Radio Secretary and Nimbadina TV. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, but you know, there are a lot of people too hanging on the line. They want to call, so please 30 seconds, please. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So let's now let us take this call real quick. Good evening. Good evening. Fine, thank you. You live on Nimadina TV and Radio Saclipia. Okay. Okay, Ellen Johnson, you joining us on Kokopa. Your quick message in 30 seconds. Thank you so much, Edwin. So let's take this other caller. Good evening, caller. Hello. Okay, so yes. You are live on Nimadina TV. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. So, I mean, if we continue the course here tonight, we will not go. That's what I'm looking at. So, several calls came in, and they just appreciating you. The last happened to be Ezekiel B. Doru's Dennis from B and Doru, and he was just appreciating you for the COVID-19 money that came in. So let's take this other caller. Good evening, caller. Hello. Yes, your name and where you joining us from? Thank 30 seconds, Cyrus. Yeah. He's listening. Mhm. Okay, thank you so much. That question is heard. So let's take this other call. Good evening, caller. Yeah, please. Yes. So just go ahead real quick because we got time now. We got 8 more minutes to go. We need to address some of these issues. Okay, thank you so much for calling. And let's take this WhatsApp call for real quick time. Honorable James D. Halawanga, we give you 30 seconds, please.
Oh yeah, man. I just wanted to appreciate the former president. I remember the father UNICCO. I mean, UNICCO from Liberia in 1991 when Mr. Dahn was president. The other Dahn guy, and when Harry Yuan was part of it during certain time. UNICCO had done a great job. 1 hour. They always position power, which is very, very good. The other opposition will go low to turn in power, and people want to turn in power. So it's a good example of the leadership of these guys. So
thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Hope that the other people continue to do a good job. So I just want to say thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's take this last caller. Coach Morris, good evening. Okay. Christina Balia is calling here. So yeah, Chris. 30 seconds. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris. So we're not taking any more calls again. But let me say something real quick, President Dennis, before you can address some of these things. Sometimes some of our brothers do not understand the reason why we're here. All right. The people of Nimba collected 14,000 US dollar and divided on 19 administrative district. Mr. Isaac Mialo Encyclopedia, President Dennis is not running for political office to say we are trying to give promotional question to him. So if you know that any of your leaders ate the money for wrong reasons, take them to the authority. That's your right. It's simple as that. So thank you, Mr. Miller, for calling. You can take on the Facebook. It's your right. We appreciate it, but that's not why we're here for tonight. When it comes to the political show, you're going to hear the political people. Lawrence will play with me, for instance, on Talking Point with some of these issues. So book your time with Lawrence will play on Talking Point. Pay your time for that on Radio Secretary and Nimadina TV and make your case. Those are things we want. In that way, you will be helping us to clean up corruption. But it is not UNICCO's business to go over, to be hunting people who the money was given to. No, that's why it was given in the public. As public relation officer for UNICCO, it was given in the public to all of you on television that everybody could have seeing it to be able to identify it. So, President Dahn Dennis, you hear most of the comments. The calls are still coming in. I'm so sorry I can't take them, but you just hear all of the different comments. Your parting comments, then I'll ask you the last question.
Yeah, Edmund, I want to say thank you very much. The precedent in UNICCO is this. You serve UNICCO, you retire, you go to Camp Davis, you still remain advisor to the incoming president or the current president. There is no friction in UNICCO. The current president, I will work with 100%. I will serve as one of his advisors. We share ideas, things that we didn't do, we expect him to do it. And things that he may not do, the next president will expect to do it. President Jan Duki did the same for me, and I pledge to do the same for our president. UNICCO has one president at a time, not two, not three, not four. And our current president of UNICCO is Honorable Sam Wilbur G. There is no other president but Sam G. I have one board chair, the Honorable Nixon Zor. There is no other board chair besides Nixon Zor. We stand to support them. My entire team, outgoing team, stand to support the current administration. We stand to provide detailed information on whatever they need that we didn't give them at the time. We stand to make it available for consultation. Whatever way we can support them, we support them. Again, UNICCO has one president, one board chair at a time. And we want to congratulate them. I want to say thank you to all those who served with me, the Honorable Willie Dole, and particularly our Nima County Sport Association, headed by Adonis Miller, the entire team. They make us proud. I can proudly say that it was during my administration that Nima County won the championship on my watch, because I camped with them. I camped with them for a week. I was with them, for them, by them, for that week. And I want to say thank you to the entire team. And also thank you to Mr. Dahn for hosting our team and hosting us free of charge for me, my entire administration during our visit to Liberia. Dahn, if you're listening, I want to say thank you. And then I want to congratulate myself because during my administration, we won the championship for Nima County.
Please let me please hold you on there to take this course.
Okay.
Good evening. Yes, you are live on Nimba Dina TV and Radio Secretary and Radio Voice of Yahweh now. Yeah. This is Bawi. Yes, you are talking with Edmond Bawi. Do you want to participate on the show? Okay. Okay. Wow. 30 seconds. Yeah. Yes. No. Well, yeah. You are live from our end. I don't know. From the radio. But you can speak again for us to get you.
Yeah, I called for Secretary, like I said. By the former President Dahn. As I speak, I serve as one of the coaches of Nima County.
Okay.
Who carried Nima through, the 2021 and 2022 academy.
Yeah.
Success. I think you know me very well. And were promised by the president.
Yeah.
Live with all at the mental care, so I know he's President Dahn.
Yes.
President Dahn, right?
Yeah. So what was the promise, sir? Real quick, 30 seconds. We go all the way against that.
He promised that the team official and some player of the team going to be taken to the U.S. upon the achievement from the academy, and up to present we have not received any communication from him. As I speak, we are betrayed by the information he gave us and the information from the UNICCO family that if Nima win the academy, all the official,
Okay, let me ask you real quick, because my name is Edmond Bawi. I'm also the public relation officer. Let's take some real time with you real quick here. UNICCO does not carry people to America. They send invitation to people. I can remember vividly in Ganta, there was an arrangement ongoing that, which of course COVID-19 interrupted in 2019, my dear brother. I can remember that clearly. So, and it was a whole team. So let's not create a sentiment. It was not just 3 of you officials like you want to claim.
Edmund,
it was a whole team.
Edmund, let me add to that.
Yes.
This is what happened.
So please, can you listen real quick? Let the president address that, then we take our
this is what happened. The plan is still on the table. The plan.
No, Morris, you have to listen now, and you want to understand.
Edmund.
So just
Edmund.
The plan, listen to the television.
Mr. Bawi, the plan is on the table. The plan remains the same. The reason why there was a problem with that is because of the COVID. Even up to the time of the last election, the last convention, the U.S. Embassy visa section for non-immigrant were completely shut down. A lot of people that we invited, including the caucus and other people, the superintendent, the county inspector, were not able to attend because of that. So that is off the table. Those are recommendations that will be forwarded to the incoming president, to the current president.
Okay.
So it's not off the table. It's not like we said something, we didn't do it. We didn't have no control over the pandemic. We didn't have control over that. So the delay was due to that. And the promise was not to just individual, it was to the team.
Okay, so real quick, under your leadership, you were able to produce a president, which is Nathan Bia. I mean, not a president, but a representative in Rhode Island. And
my good friend.
Yes, your good friend. And I saw 2 of you exiting together. And,
always.
That was really painful. But in all that, and you also produced another representative in Liberia, the co-chair representative Johnson Weckler, because those were just doing your regime. You alone produced 2, representatives. What are your regrets in all of what you did, all your services? What are your regrets?
One thing we regret the pandemic, but we don't have control over that because we have a lot planned to do. In the middle of our service, one of my staff members took ill, and we were not able to make public like detailed financial records to the public. We regret that because that's one of the things that we had high on our agenda. But again, we still stand. We created this platform where people were actually seeing donation and all of that, but yet the official report was not submitted on time. That's one thing that we regret. We regretting that we were not able to get the building to some kind of a window level due to COVID, because if we had a convention after our visit to Liberia, to Nima, would have raised a lot of money, and that was not done. Those are some of the regrets, but apart from that, I'm very happy that we did what we did, that some of us are still around today.
Okay, so let's quickly go over these comments. Ezekiel B. Doru says, Mr. President, thanks for your leadership role during your administration. Ruben M. Kemin says, hello, my citizens. My name is Ruben Peter. I'm watching you from UAE. Thank you, Ruben. Winston B. Goe is from Kaib, I'm messing up name back country, but in Iowa. And he said a lot. David Sue, my uncle, he said I'm watching you from Nambala community, so clean Pinsville. So let's take this music quick. Then when we come back, we just say good night to you, and then thank you for all that you've done. So let's take this music, and that will be the end of it.
Are you Lady Records? Sweet sound.
We will never contact just in case. This is Dina TV. We will all of you. Wow.
Are you tomatoes? I wait to see Mario. You know, for me, no, I mean, I know. I know it when the no, I know. When you will know it's true. I'm already not good, no, I mean, I wait. I know up when the no, oh, yes. Oh, it's what away. Oh, yes. When I put my soul in you, I don't know if it's damn.
Okay, we got to take the music down because the president will have to go. Mr. President, the Nimba mountain on us here, as you can see, we are on top of this mountain. What will you miss the most? These kind of traditional songs when you're coming back home, then you into your zeal. What will you miss?
I will miss my people. We will be coming to support the president. We'll be the part of the president entourage at this time.
Wow.
We will just be there, and the same support I got from all of you, we will press our support to him. But Edmund, I want to leave this with you. I want to say a big thank you to my wife and children for giving me, Mrs. Tina Olivia Marshall Dennis, Kapaya Dennis, for giving me the opportunity to serve the people of Nimba. It is hectic, long nights. Most of the time I'm on the road. I'm out in meeting on teleconferences. But her patience and the support got me to where I am. So I want to take this time to say, sweetheart, if you're listening, I want to say thank you very much to you and the children for the time and your support. To the Nimba County people, I am Dahn Kapaya Dennis from Beautiful City, born and raised in Firestone, now in the United States of America. But home is home. Come 2023, we'll be coming to Nimba with our president, the Honorable Sam G, and our board chair, our board chair, the Honorable Nation Zora, and it will be in Sagabia City, Nimba County. Thank you to our caucus, our county officials for their support, to the government of Liberia for their support. Thank you to all Nimba citizens. And Edmund, thank you very much. And as usual,
thank you, Mr. President. So thank you so much for having us here today. That was President Dahn Kapaya Dennis. We want to say thank you so much, Radio Saclipie and Radio Voice of Yahweh Mesnon and other sister radio stations that will relay this or that will continue to air this very important interview tonight. That was his party comments. His name is President Dahn Kapaya Dennis. President, thank you so much, and we always will be in your inbox as we move on. But matter of fact, I was being appointed as UNICCO Liberia country representative by the President Samuel.
Oh,
so I'm very happy. Thank you, Mr. President.
Country rep, congratulations.
Okay, so that was President Dahn Dennis. This music will take you home. This music is taking the president home.
They don't want to know, they don't see you are going to wear. Yaramaka Sudas, you are my user. Maka is a maka wears a green there. The one of the Alan, you come on, come out to sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. Tomatoes, I don't know. Sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. They are tomatoes, I don't know. Sing all your boys. Maka, quite your place. Sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. Are you lying? Fancy Guarupa? We were pumping you as you are equal. Oh, yes. My time is a Tamaya. My Kawama will not forget where ya. Oh, yes. Jim, wait, away. See another why you see that you tell. It's a why I saw that you. Yellow, I saw that you know. Jinto de la do where you're. I think what are you yard to boy? That way you did on the way would I tell you. I know Jim, I know what I own. Yellow, I know down no trail. The Royas who are in Tassoda. Gay France who are in your tongue. May I say again, do my home. A pop wet on home. Make a never we are passable. Don't
love your thanks for your support.
You also people born
Time was all to get a real job done. Thank you, President Dahn. Thank you all our people. Wow. Thank you to Lawrence who play and Patrick Miller. Wow.
You know, you make me, man. I'm going to Kaguntura. I will you quit. Sing all they call you, I don't know, they could be answering women. Yes, I am in the Yakim, I can't event. You can't go up your book when I'm married. You put the other quarrel when I quarrel for away. Oh, yes. They love your brother, I don't know, they love when I'm yes, they are testing yes, my way. Oh, you well, because you have a deal. Oh, yes. Oh, you walk out your brother when I see your deal. They will be when I go in the bed. Think of your friend of when I go in. Sing all your years after where's the mean there. Sing all your and I can't win away. Sing all your level. I win. See what your cycle level in there. Sing all your program with us who do we move. Sing all your kids that I mean. Sing all your tomatoes. Sing all your boys. Sing all your comments on what a Mario. Sing all your got from my mom. Go a living to see what me about. Hey, let's start a secret way. I took a back from our anywhere. Kaya Mari, one over. Oh, yes. Yamaya, Yamaya, Mamudan. Ayo, Yamaya, Mamudan. Sing all you got back from our anywhere. Sing all you go. Sing all you go. Famous yet, Manudo. Sing all you go.
Okay, so we want to say thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of our callers here tonight. Thanks to all those who wanted to call but could not call. These are some of what President Dahn Dennis administration did. This is the UNICCO village, right there, 6 kilometers away from Ganta Nimba County. But just in case you're traveling on the way, you see 237. That is 237 kilometers is where this property is located. These are people, students from Nimba County who benefited from UNICCO scholarship or stipend in Morocco. And this is a certificate that was being given to UNICCO because of that. And these are some of what President Dahn Kapoya Dennis was able to do. But we want to say thanks to all of you who wanted to call. The county, the district league is on, and Sunday is going to be the grand final. So just in case you were supporting other districts and they are not in the league, you got to go to Gompa to be able to do that. Happy pre-birthday to my son, King Elijah Bawi. Happy pre-birthday to Solomon Bawi as well, Sandra Bawi. All of them, they are just going to celebrate their birthday beginning the 15th, the 16th, and 17th. I love to say happy birthday to all of them. And all of you who celebrating your birthday on here in this October, we want to say happy birthday to all of you. Those who celebrating our anniversary will say happy anniversary. Those who lost their relatives and friends, we want to say our sympathy. But again, this is where we take community initiative, very important. Sometimes our callers sometimes miss out on what they're supposed to really get involved with. This was a space given to President Dr. Boya Dennis to appreciate people who worked with him, and he regretted he admitted that the COVID-19 did a lot of things that they could not achieve on. But again, turn in next week Wednesday, another guest will be here. Thanks to Lawrence to play, who was at control in Secretary, and thanks to Patrick Wheeler, who was at control at Radio Voice of Yahweh Messon. This is a beauty of technology we did not call, but rather they link us by way of Nimba Dina TV directly to the various locations. And that is a good evening to everybody. Good night. See you next time and another guest and another topic. My name is Edmund. Have a wonderful time.